Everyone good? Well, good morning, Queensland. We're coming to you live today from the Redcliffe Kite Fest in beautiful Moreton Bay, where the Health Minister and I both live, and it's a beautiful day here down by the water. I know the last 24 hours Queenslanders have had their fingers and toes crossed, and it's fantastic to bring news that we can breathe a sigh of relief. There's no new cases in Queensland in the last 24 hours. We certainly this is the best result we could have hoped for. Another donut day. I think the Health Minister's just bought us a couple of donuts to celebrate what is a great result, and as a credit to how Queenslanders do as we ask them to do. They wear their masks, they scan their QR codes, they socially distance. You can see all of that happening here at the Kite Festival, and that's what's stood us in such great stead. Of course, people have continued to get tested. We're not out of the woods yet. We do need to continue to monitor the situation, particularly south of the river, down through Logan and into Gold Coast. But this is the best result we could have hoped for at this point of the outbreak.
Thank you very much, Deputy Premier. Yes, a big sigh of relief, but we're not there yet. Thank you to every single person who came out and got tested yesterday, over 12,000. Thank you to every single person who keeps wearing their mask. That's genuinely what's keeping Queensland safe. So we didn't get any new cases yesterday. We did get confirmation that 2 of those 3 gentlemen who crossed the border from New South Wales into Queensland, and then one of them went and stayed with this family who's then tested positive. We did get confirmation yesterday that 2 of those 3 have tested positive. So I'm now confident that's where the virus came into Queensland to infect. But exposed. Queensland. So those 3 have tested positive. So I'm now concerned. He was getting tested again on his way out of the country to go back, had been in quarantine in Sydney and had tested negative there, then went home and has subsequently tested positive. So I think that I'm not concerned about it, but it's important that we work that through. Then also New South Wales has notified us of another positive truck driver who has been in the Queensland community while infectious. So I'll just check those double. So that was on the 7th and 8th of September that this truck driver came into Queensland while infectious and travelled through Brisbane. So we'll just be checking any exposure venues from that truck driver. It's really, really important, though. We're seeing these continual incursions, but if everyone does what they've been doing, we'll work through this. So it really and truly is get tested with even the most minor of symptoms. We just don't know where in the state this might happen. So please, throughout the state, it's really important to get tested and wear masks. So unless you can genuinely socially distance when you're outside, wear a mask, and inside in all venues, just wear a mask unless you're seated and eating and drinking. And if we just do that, We won't need to do it for too much longer because soon we'll have everyone vaccinated. So please keep coming forward and getting vaccinated. Every day, every single day, we're seeing more people get vaccinated, and that's fantastic. And the sooner we've got the vast majority of Queenslanders from 12 years of age and older vaccinated, we'll be able to remove the restrictions. So thank you very much.
So it's wonderful to be talking to you from the Redcliffe Kite Fest. An event like this could not be held in any other state or territory on the east coast mainland of Australia right now. We are the only state open across the east coast, and we can hold events like this because Queenslanders have done the right thing. They've done what we've asked of them. They've come out and got tested whenever they've had symptoms. They've been wearing masks and they're getting vaccinated. We say thank you. To all those families who are now gone back into quarantine because of the most recent cluster, we say thank you for the sacrifice you're making, and we will do everything to support these families associated with the school and other close contacts, because we know how important it is that they quarantine to keep everyone safe. It is great news that it's a double donut day. I have just bought a couple of donuts here at the Kite Fest to enjoy. We had great results yesterday, and I just want to talk about our amazing testing results for Saturday. We had 18,069 vaccinations yesterday and 12,415 tests. So thank you for over 18,000 people coming forward to get vaccinated. That is a great result. We're hoping for another big day today. In fact, we're trialling vaccination at the NRL game at Rockhampton today. So let's see how many footy fans come forward and get vaccinated. Today also we're announcing that we are mandating vaccinations for all of our health workers that work in our hospitals and all of our Queensland Ambulance Service staff. Now already our health workers have done a tremendous job coming forward and getting vaccinated. In fact, 80% of our entire health workforce, so admin, our clerical, our security, our cleaners, our nurses, our doctors, have already had one dose, and 73% of our entire workforce is fully vaccinated. 73%. Across our COVID hospitals, 79% are already fully vaccinated and 84% have had one dose. But we know we need to go even further. So from today, we are mandating it, and everyone will have to have had their first dose by the end of this month, 30th September, and be fully vaccinated by the end of October. Now, I know that's only 3 weeks away to ensure everyone's had their first dose, but we're confident we can get there because the majority of our workforce is already vaccinated. We've worked with the unions. We have support across the board. We will work with those staff who cannot or will not get vaccinated to find alternative arrangements and work through those arrangements with them. But it is important that we keep our health staff safe. And of course, it's important that we keep our community safe and those patients and visitors who come into our hospitals. We have seen a lot of transmission of the virus in hospitals through New South Wales, and sadly, we have seen a lot of deaths associated with those hospital transmissions. So we do need to make sure that we're doing everything we can to lower the risk. Again, it's wonderful to be here. I want to acknowledge the Moreton Bay Region Industry and Tourism who put this incredible event on today. We're expecting around 15,000 people. And as I say, we are the only state on the east coast of Australia that can actually put an event like this on. And it's thanks to Queenslanders. So thank you so much for the great work you're doing. Come out and get tested, particularly if you're in south side of Brisbane, Logan area, or the Gold Coast. Come forward and get tested if you have any symptoms whatsoever, and keep coming out and getting vaccinated. And don't forget to take your mask everywhere you go. Thank you.
Just on the mandating the jab, why so late, and now will those health workers, I think the report this morning around roughly 13,500 still waiting to get the jab, will they now jump the line, Minister, or will you be able to do that work?
They've always been prioritised. We will absolutely make sure they can get vaccinated at work. We have always done that. There's a range of reasons why some people haven't. It may be that they've been on leave. We've got some staff that due to other health reasons or pregnancy, they've been a bit hesitant, they won't wait. We will work through that. Of course, there's conscientious objectors as well. So we've worked closely with the unions about what the alternatives may be, and we will make sure that we've got the health staff we need. I don't think we've been late to the table. In fact, we have the highest vaccination rates across health workforce across the country that I'm aware of, and it was because we were already talking about it that other jurisdictions like New South Wales started to move on this. But we've done such a good job of getting our staff to come out voluntarily to get vaccinated at such high rates, well over 80%, that we're very confident that those small percentages that left will be able to meet that. So there's a range of options. What we're talking to them about, they may be redeployed to elsewhere in different roles. Some
outside of a hospital, like so if a hospital worker says I'm not getting it, will that be a role outside of a hospital?
So we will work with them as to the risk level, what their roles are. Can I say that we've already got, when it comes to clinical professionals, our doctors, 90 to 100%. So some of our
And they have it. There were 0 new cases in Queensland today. There it is. I honestly thought there was going to be a lockdown, but we were proved wrong. For News Australia, okay. No, absolutely fine, I understand. Yeah, so there was no form of lockdown at all. There, in fact, was 0 new COVID cases today in Queensland. So that is very good news for a lot of people. Now, I honestly thought there was going to be a lockdown. Now, there's obviously been some exposure sites come through since yesterday. I wonder if they must be low risk, because I do get the emails, or maybe the email came in late because there were exposure sites that did come through, and I can show you what the email I got. And I probably can't show you the whole email, but I did get this COVID-19 public health alert saying that there has been new exposure sites added to the list, including East Brisbane. So I don't know whether they came in late. I don't know whether they're low risk or whatever, but there was nothing really said about them in this press conference. Obviously, the press conference may be still going, but they haven't really. They're getting into questions now, and they haven't said anything about it straight away. So it will be interesting to see. It really will. And I wonder if there will be any new cases tomorrow. It's a tricky one. They might have new cases. They were alerted by New South Wales that another truck driver may have came into Queensland as well. So to think that I am absolutely not sure whether they are in control of this outbreak or not. But obviously, there are only 5 cases yesterday. We're living in Queensland, Australia. So I think that's all I have to say for today. Thank you so much for watching 246 News. Stay tuned. Please subscribe with all notifications on so we can update you when we get more information on any of these situations, especially this Queensland outbreak here, or any outbreaks going on in Queensland. We will notify you here on 246 News. Please subscribe with all notifications on. You're watching Breaking News on 246 News.